Hey everyone, how are you all doing? It's very early in the morning here. I woke up. My daughter has her exam period in school, so this is why I woke up early. Anyway, I saw. I think it was last night. The tag of Aunty K tarot, of the solstice tarot tag, and I thought it was fun. She mentioned, of course, not everybody is celebrating Christmas. And yeah, again, I don't think we'll be celebrating much in this moment in time. But I did enjoy watching her tag. And well, the kind of prompts, she was using. So I thought, okay, let's join in. I don't do a lot of tags, but this one I thought was fun to do. So let's start. Her first one was The Longest Night. Kind of a workhorse deck, right? She mentioned also your oldest deck. Well, my oldest deck and my workhorse deck for many, many years has always been my toes. I mean, okay, let me do it like this, yeah, because it's too early for this. um, the toes for me is my deck. Sometimes we talk about, right, which deck we would save, yeah, if something were to happen. And don't get me wrong, I wish I could save all my decks, of course. I got some beautiful decks. But I think if I have this one, I'm gonna still weep, but I'm good. I can do anything I want to do with this deck. Of course, I would save more, but you know what I mean. So yeah, my toes has always been a workhorse for me. After what, 20 plus years now? I don't even know. I'm getting old. 20 plus years. I know this deck. This deck knows me. So yeah. When in doubt, yeah. If I do a reading sometimes and it's just not clicking for whatever kind of reason, right? I take on my toes, yeah. It will set me straight. It will set me straight. Okay, but this is the longest one, and in all honesty, like I said, I think it will forever be like my workhorse, sorry, kind of deck. However, yeah, there are two decks. Yeah. I'm gonna say it because seriously, yeah. My personal toast, the one that I made, the Nubian toast, yeah, that I'm using a lot, yeah. I'm loving it, yeah. It has everything in it that I studied over the years. I didn't put any titles on here because, in all honesty, for me it's clear. The moment we got like a chariot thing going on in the courts, right? It's always the prince. Yeah, we have the four representations: the lion, the bull for the Taurus, the eagle for water, Scorpio, and the people for Aquarius, right? So for me, I don't need them. I don't need them. Maybe because I made them myself, but yeah. Anywho, uh, I love my toes. Yeah. Where the original one is, of course, for me always very spiritual and esoteric. This one is still all that, and it brings it down a little bit into my, well, human existence in that sense. um, and yeah, not gonna lie, it's melanated. I love it. Yeah. It's where I see my people. It's where I see my people. So yeah, I'm absolutely, yeah, loving my own toast, and it's one that I'm really, really working a lot with recently. Oh yeah, let me show you my backs. I love them. Okay, another one, but I think that's normal, right? When you create your deck, yeah, you make it the way you like it, right? This one has been featured a lot not recently, but over time, right? It's my alkebulan. Yeah. There's nothing I don't love about this deck. It brings it down a little bit to the RWS in pictures, but it's very, for me, based on the elements, numerology. I mean, the chords too, right? They're really broken down, very simple. It's the family structure, yeah, in their elements, right? So we have here the mother of Axis, Axis being air. She herself is water, yeah, so we have air in water, right? Oh, here, see, we have mother of drums. Drums is cupped, so we have water in water. It's all water. So they're very broken down in that part. And again, I love this deck. It was my first tarot deck I created. And yeah, for me, like I said, it was really about that United Africa feeling, right? I want to see traditional Africans, and I want to see the modern ones, right, that we have now all over the world. I wanted that all to be mixed up in one, like I said, you know, United Africa. And yeah, this is what this deck did for me, you know. I kind of did the same thing in my Nubian Toth, you know. But very different because we're working there with more pippish cards in the minors, right? But yes, this one is my first love. So this too is definitely a workhorse deck, yeah. If it's this one or it's my Toth one, they are used practically on a daily basis, yeah. So they are these two, and of course my original Toth, yeah, are all definitely workhorse decks. Okay, for the other one, I don't have one. I wrecked my brain. The second prompt was The Shortest Day, a deck that only shone brightly for a moment and then faded. Well, I got a rule, yeah, if a deck isn't working for me, I'm not keeping it, yeah. Except for space, because let's be honest, if we really love something, we will make space, right? So it's not just about space, even though I like my space, yeah, to only have the things I'm actually in need of, right? If a deck isn't working for me, I don't like to put it or keep it, because for me it's also about, well, you're taking up space. So that means every time I'm going into my tarot closet or wherever you're gonna go, you are gonna be a consideration, already knowing that I won't choose you, you know. But because you're there, yeah, you're being considered. So it's also taking our brain space. So I'm not really having that. I have maybe one. Okay, this one is one that I'm not really using. I mean, it's really old. It's not beautiful anymore. They're very small. This is a deck I'm not using, yeah. I have used because it was one of my first tarot decks. So this is nostalgia, you know. This is why it's not leaving. But any other one, but this one didn't shine briefly, yeah. It shone for a long time, you know. So yeah, decks, yeah, that are not working, even if I love them at one point, yeah, yeah, I don't keep them. So for two, I got nothing. Sorry. I will show you extra ones in the other ones, okay? Okay, the gift. Okay, don't hate me. I know I'm gonna get hate mail. I don't care. Because, listen, I'm a woman alone, yeah? The only one gifting me gifts, yeah, is my daughter. My daughter is not yet into tarot like I am, so she doesn't know fake from original, yeah? She bought me a gift, yeah? And it was, well, a fake one, but it was, yeah, the true black. She got it here by my secondhand place, you know. They have books, decks, whatever. And she sees me going in there and checking out stuff. And apparently she was there with a friend and she saw this and she bought it for me, you know. So this is the only gift I'm having here, yeah. And I don't care, don't hate me. I'm loving it anyway. I loved it to the point that I even etched it, yeah. I mean, It's very clear it's a fake because you don't have all the beautiful details. So I'm probably missing a lot of stuff, you know? And yet I don't care because my daughter gave it to me. I don't care. I don't care. So, and it's the only gift in decks, you know, that I have. I buy all my own decks. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but for me it's perfect because my daughter walked in a store, saw a deck, and bought it for me, you know? So yeah, the fake True Black. That is my gift, yeah. A deck I received as a gift. I mean, I cannot help but love it, seriously. It ain't perfect, yeah. Aunty K also said we could show a deck, you know, that was our most recent one. So let me do that. I did want to mention this one, even though it's a fake. Like I said, I'm just happy. My daughter got me a deck. I'm not even going to go complaining, you know. Okay, so my most recent one. Yeah, I think this is my most recent one. The Ancestral Healing Tarot deck. Because, well, last month, again, with everything that's going on, I think I only bought 2 decks, and they were Oracle ones to pair with a certain tarot deck. And one already left the building because that was not working. And this one was last month. I did have a purchase for this month. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, this one belongs here. Sorry. Because, yeah, these are the elements. I take them out. But yes. Anywho. So, this I bought, I think it was last month, yeah. I was really lucky. I got a local seller because I saw this deck when it was in pre-order. I loved it. It was not even expensive. The problem is, I've said it a million times, so I will say it again. Plus shipping, and then I need to pay the custom fees here at the post, you know. It's not cheap anymore by that time. Sorry. And I didn't know when I would receive it. I mean, I have months yet that I don't have money for tarot, you know, for new decks. I might want to, but I don't, yeah. So I didn't want to have that risk yet that I needed to pay 40 euros at customs in a month yet, that I was not planning on spending that kind of money, you know. So I kind of held off, and then a local shop here in Europe had it. So woohoo, no VAT, right? No customs. And of course I jumped on it because this is what I wanted. And we don't have that a lot. We get more and more indie decks, but still not from Black and Indigenous people, you know. So this, yeah, was a total surprise. So yeah, okay, the gifts, I mean, yeah, I got my fake ass True Black, still loving it. And this is my most recent one. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, you know me, I love everything that is done by Black artists, you know, but, excuse me, this is very personal. I'm having a harder time connecting with this one. And I didn't think that would be a problem because there are a lot of similarities, I think, in her work and even in my own alkebulan. Maybe that's why that I feel like I would be like cheating on my deck. I don't know. Just the few cards I pulled, I was having a problem relating that back to my question, or I don't know. It was just, it's not flowing yet. I don't know why. I'm having a problems. I have some problems with the chords. I mean, I did the walkthrough, right? If you have seen that. I don't know why. I mean, it's beautiful. I should love everything about it. It's right up my alley. I mean, it's black, it's melanated, yeah, it's collage. What's not to love? But I'm having some issues, yeah. I've been frantically searching for an oracle to pair it with, to maybe get that voice out, you know, that will assist, you know, in getting that message across. And that also is no luck yet. I mean, sometimes it takes a while, but yeah, I'm having a little bit of a problem getting from this deck what I need from it. And again, that's very personal, right? Hey, I'm not giving up. I mean, this deck will work for me either way. I'm not giving up. But yes, it's one I'm actually working at. That doesn't happen a lot. But yeah, with this one, maybe I need to pair it next to mine, like they will become friends or something. That's maybe not a bad idea. Okay, coming up with great ideas right on the spot. Okay, anywho, this, yeah, is my latest deck. Well, yes and no. I will tell you, because I have another one that I actually got this month. So that one is actually newer, but I put that in the Storyteller. So I will show it to you right now, because the next prompt is the Storyteller. A deck that tells stories, yeah. It has a lot to say. And I just got this one, so I didn't... And I really wanted to put it in the Storyteller. It's the Gift of Life Tarot from Alice Smeets is her name, right? I hope I say that correctly. She also has another deck called the Ghetto Tarot. I think there's another name for it. I know it as the Ghetto Tarot. Excuse me. Oy. I didn't find a problem with that. I mean, she really explained herself in her booklet. There was no negative tonation to it, you know, unless you put it on there. And apparently she changed the name of the deck. However, this was her other deck. It's one that I wanted for some time now. I chose, of course, the Ghetto Tarot over this one because it's so close to my practice, right? And it's completely melanated. But I wanted this one too. So I did. And I'm loving it. Because while the Ghetto Tarot, there is a form of, well, staging. I mean, they're posing for the pictures, right? They needed the prompts and everything to make that really an RWS deck, right? Okay, in this one, she just used photos. So no adding or editing in that sense, right? Of adding other things on it. And I think, I mean, the saying, is it also in English? I assume, right? Because it's a Dutch saying, but maybe it's a translated one. Like a picture, yeah, it's in English too, right? A picture says more than 1,000 words, something like that. And I feel, yeah, like these pictures speak 1,000 words, you know? I can see the meanings of the tarot in there, and much, much more. And again, because it's really new to me, yeah, I'm not going to act like I know this deck inside and out, yeah. But for the short time I'm having it, yeah, I'm really enjoying myself with it. Again, it just talks. It talks a lot. It has a lot to say. And sometimes even when it's more quiet, yeah, again, that picture is speaking, you know? And I really love that. And we see people from all over the world. This one always makes me laugh. The first time I saw it, I was like, okay, perfect picture for the Son of Air or the Knight of Swords, however you want to see it. I really love this. But that's what I mean. I mean, just in this picture alone, right? I mean, the story. Okay, well, where's he running to? Yeah, was there an ice cream? You know what I mean? Like, I got questions. And it's answering. It just gives us a lot of variations. I mean, the smiles on the people, the seriousness of the people, everything about this, yeah, it tells a story. And I think this is part of why I do enjoy decks made from photography. Excuse me, oy, my throat. I haven't been talking a long time. Because again, it's a snapshot in time, right? Literally, it's a snapshot, yeah. But I think when it's taken beautifully, yeah, when it's taken correctly, a picture, yeah, we can see the before and the after, right? Right in that moment. And yeah, again, this is what I love. This is what I love. I've studied photography for many years. Even my daughter now, yeah, she goes to an art school, and she tried to. The first year, she was like, "No, I'm not like you, mommy. I will paint and draw, and believe me, that girl can draw. I cannot draw, yeah, for the life of me. Yeah, she can draw." Um, Last year, however, yeah, she was like, I know I can, but I just don't enjoy it that much. I'm gonna go to photography. So yeah, I kind of had a little laugh about it because I knew that, yeah, you know when you know, you know when you know, you don't know how you know, but you know, right? I knew that from the first day that she went to this school, yeah, that photography should be her choice, her path. But I cannot say that because, well, I don't want to put my dreams on her, right? So I let her choose. I let her choose. Yeah. 3 years later, yeah. Anywho, yeah, this deck. I mean, look at that face, and then it says justice. Doesn't that say a lot? Yeah. So anyway, so this, yeah, between 3 and 4, right? This is actually my latest tarot deck, but it's really new to me. I think I got it in. Where did I get it in? Today is Tuesday. Yeah, Friday. I got it in Friday, right before the weekend. So the whole weekend, you know, I got time to sit with it, to go through it, to pull a card here and there, right? And again, I love everything about this deck. I'm not done yet. I know that, like I said, we just started our story, right? We just started our story. But yeah, this one I hope will be a happily ever after. I mean, we're gonna stop with this card, one of my favorite cards. I mean, the death card is related to my, well, Scorpio sign, but the death card in the Ghetto Tarot is also so good. Love it. Love it. So yes, the Gift of Life. I mean, isn't that a beautiful name? The Gift of Life Tarot, yeah, is for number 4, my Storyteller. And a little bit like, I mean, this was the one I received before this one. Okay. So then we go to 5. Let me put this aside. Yeah. Okay, the Rebirth and Transformation. So a deck you loved, its time passed, and then it returned. Well, I don't really have a time passed. Okay, a little bit, but I need to put that in the right in the right kind of way, because I think I made a very rational choice at the beginning of this year. You know, there were decks I loved but didn't really work with, right? And when I questioned myself about why I love these decks, it was that, well, because everybody loved these decks, right? And well, I'm gonna do a whole video at the end of the year in a week or so about it. Yeah, a little bit of a reflecting back on this year, right? And I will show you my top whatever ones for this year. However, this year I ended up having I kind of, what did I do? How do I say that? Anyway, I got a lot of melanated decks in, and this one, the Hoodoo Tarot, kind of fell a little bit behind because, well, all these new decks came in, right? Beautiful melanated decks, and this one was kind of, well, like, okay, I mean, I love my new friends, but how about me? And I recently from, oh, I hope I say her name right, Kristen, right? Kristen, I think so. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Kristen, yeah. Oh, from Over the Moon Academy. I will link her channel in the description. I bought her. I mean, it was a PDF that we're getting, and then, well, go do it yourself, right? I mean, the best way. Um, she had this deck. Well, it was a tiny deck. I made it a little bit bigger. Black History Poetry Oracle. This one. And I made a whole design out of it. I mean, I gave it backings and all that, you know. And when I was playing with it, suddenly the Hoodoo Tarot was, well, a little bit like whispering in my ear, like, me, pick me, pick me. Which I did. And whew, that was so beautiful. Um, that was a beautiful reading. And this is photography, and this is, well, more that drawing, painting, whatever it is. But oh my god, they work together. I feel like it's that same kind of era, right? And anywho, I love it. So this one, in all honesty, not gonna lie, over the year it has been a little bit neglected. Because again, a lot of new melanated decks came in that I was playing with, that I was testing out, that found its place in my practice, right? And yeah, this one kind of, again, got a little bit neglected. I mean, it's a deck that will go nowhere, no matter what. I cannot use it a whole year and it will still not go anywhere. Because it has proven itself, you know, and it's a deck that just belongs in my collection. But yeah, like I said, when this one came and I pulled a card and I wanted the tarot to communicate with it, and I was looking for a deck. Yeah, this one was like me. So yeah, it had a little bit of a rebirth. Yeah, it transformed into maybe something new, because I always talked about this deck in a sense of ancestor work. But with decks, yeah, that I'm making now myself, they are so close to me, you know, that is so personal. That is a very different level of ancestral work, right? And I think that is one of the reasons why this one was a little bit lost, you know, in the sense of, okay, so if I'm not going to use it anymore for ancestral practices, yeah, where will it fit in then? And yeah, like I said, with the coming of this one, it kind of maybe transformed. I mean, see, we're getting there. It transformed into something different, right? Something new. So yeah, my Hoodoo Tarot, it definitely had a bit of a rebirth transformation thing happening. It's like I said, it's not that I didn't love it anymore. Time didn't pass. It was just a little bit lost. Like I said, new things coming in. My personal ancestral practice changed a little bit in the sense of I was adding now decks that I made myself, you know. So yeah, the Hoodoo Tarot kind of, yeah, was a little bit lost. And it needed to find a new place, so it was reborn, I think, in this one. So yeah, for rebirth transformation, number 5, that was, yeah, definitely my Hoodoo Tarot. I mean, look at it, a retired magician. So yes, and again, I will link her her YouTube channel down below, and you can check out her video about this deck, how she printed it, because she did it very easily, right? And smaller. I just needed to make a big pool out of it. Anyway, so if you're interested, you can buy it from her. So the last one is The Feast. A deck that's a feast for your eyes, fills you and brings you joy. Okay, I feel like I forgot something. Did I forget something? No, I didn't forget something. All right. I got 2. One, yeah, is this one. Yeah. It fills you and it brings you joy. For me, this one is really the study of, yeah, a very deep and old ancestral practice after doing my DNA, ancestral DNA, right? It came back to Nigeria, and I was already looking into the Orisha. I went to Nigeria before I found this out. Yeah, my first trip to Africa was Nigeria. I went to Badagry. I walked the path by the slave port to the point of no return, where the slaves were uploaded in the ships. And it was such a spiritual journey. And to then find out after that, yeah, that I might have actually literally walked into the footprints of my ancestors. Whew, yeah, that was something different. Anywho, sister Aminat, yeah, she made this beautiful deck, and I pull cards from this for readings, but it's also for me. I have this big ass book, yeah, African narratives of Orishas, spirits, and other deities by Alex Kyoko. I hope I say that right. Anyway, it's big, it's fat, and it has a lot of information. So for me, that's also my guidebook with this one. So I can pull one card, yeah, and then I can be busy for a week reading in that book. But this is a feast, right? I mean, if you look at this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. There's nothing I don't love about this deck. Like I think I've mentioned, I wish for me as a new person to, not new, you know, I mean, I got like basic knowledge of the Orishas, but this was not enough. I mean, in all honesty, for a message, for a quick message, in the sense of what you're pulling, you know, it's great, yeah. But it's, I think, greater if you already have that knowledge, because then you can layer on top of it because of your own knowledge. I don't have that knowledge, you know, so I need my big book. I need my big book to dive in, to really ponder about, you know. But I think that's the fun part, because one picture could say so much. And I love that I have them, because when the Babalao in Nigeria did in Badagry did a reading for me, yeah, he told me that Oya was my head Orisha, and Shango too. So I love that this card is in there. Anywho, yeah, absolutely loving it. This is a feast, yeah. There's nothing about this that is not beautiful, yeah. It's amazing. I love everything about it, yeah. Like I said, and it definitely brings me joy just watching these beautiful pictures. They're amazing. Aren't they beautiful? This definitely, this is the teacher, yeah. This deck, yeah. And she was so sweet, sister Aminat. She sent me a t-shirt with this print, yeah. And Oshun, the beauty, right? My daughter's name is Bella, which is basically also beauty, right? I gave her the t-shirt. I was like, nope, she needs to have it, and she loves it. She loves it. So yeah, this one is my everything. Let's stop with Ori, the Godhead, yeah. But there is another one, and this is why I couldn't choose. So why should I? Why put myself in that position when I don't have to? And you all know Aunty K did this tag, yeah. And it's not because she did this deck, in all honesty. I just have been loving the Landback Tarot. In all honesty, this one could go in all the tags, yeah? For me, in the last couple of months, I've had a very hard time with everything that's happening in Palestine, the genocide the people are facing, and I have a hard time connecting with certain decks. And this one, yeah, came in right in that time. And it helped me a lot. It became a little bit, well, a soft workhorse, right? It's also a gift, because even though I paid for it, Sweet Liz, sorry, from Westar Tarot. I will link her channel below. Yeah. She didn't ask me, yeah, to pay outrageous prices for this deck. It was practically a gift. It is a storyteller, right? I mean, it tells the story. It tells a very deep, interesting, full of life, and it tells a story. Yeah. I think the deck itself, for me, because I found out about this deck after it was already out of print, you know? So the fact that I got it was in itself, yeah, a rebirth. Like, I was so happy. Again, thank you, Liz. And I mean, it's a feast. It's a feast. It's so different than the artwork I showed you before, right? In the Iyami Oracle. But this is a feast. I love watching this. I mean, this one. I mean, I feel like it has stories to tell, and you know, and I love it. I have no words. For me, this too, you know, yeah, it fills me and it brings me joy. Because again, representation matters, right? Even if it's sometimes harder pictures, yeah, the representation in itself can bring joy, even if we're facing very horrific things, you know. The joy comes from being recognized, right? So yeah, I thought, yeah, that this one for me, yeah, could not be mentioned. It just so happens that the creator of this deck is also the creator of this tag. But that ain't my fault. Okay, we're gonna stop with Justice because I love that card. So that was the Landback Tarot of our sweet, yeah, Aunty K Tarot. Absolutely love it. So that was it. That was the last tag. I mean, I showed some good decks, right? I mean, I love my choices. So this was the Solstice Tarot Tag 2023. I wish you all a very pleasant end of the year. I will be back, like I said. I will do a little bit of a recap of the year because a lot of decks went out and certain ones came in. Anyway, and I will go into depth on that one, and I will show you my favorites of this year, you know. Anywho, till then, thank you for watching. I hope to see other people do this tag as well. I love to see what you got. Okay, thank you all for being here. Stay kind, stay blessed, be aware, you know, and hope to see you all again soon. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.